Hello, everybody. Welcome to the World Baseball Association um, season 2024. As we take a look at our regular season so far at the 132 game mark. Um, as we take a look at it here, we take a look at this Casey Stengel League on this side over here and look at the Northeast Division. We'll notice that New York is up in front at 83 and 49, Massachusetts at 77 and 55. Rhode Island, Kentucky tied at 64 and 68. The Tri-City Americans at 61 and 71, and last place New England at 51 and 81. In the Atlantic Division, you have Maryland up by 11 games at 85 wins and 47 losses. Indiana at 74 and 58. Pennsylvania's lost four games in a row, but at 71 and 61. New Jersey at 68 and 64. Virginia 58 wins, 74 losses. And despite the 55 and 77 record for Tennessee, they've won their last five games. The Southeast Division has seen Florida at 79 and 53, Georgia three games back at 75 and 57, North Carolina is 71 and 61, having won eight out of the last 10 games. Alabama at 69 and 63, South Carolina 57 and 65, and Mississippi really struggling at 49 wins and 83 losses. In the Mid-North Division, Ohio firmly in front, 18 games in front with an 80 and 44 record. Iowa at 70 wins and 62 losses. Illinois at 50 and 64, 56 and 76 for Wisconsin, 51 and 81 for Minnesota, 50 and 82 for Michigan. And all those last four teams have at least losing streaks of two games. So far, as you look at the wild card, the top four teams, you have Massachusetts at 77 wins, 75 wins for Georgia, 74 wins for Indiana, and tied for the last wild card spot, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. Iowa, a game back at 70 wins. Alabama, two wins behind at 69. Three wins behind is New Jersey. So there's still a chance for them to sort of make a bit of a run. But at 132 games and 30 games left, there's still time, and yet there's still not enough time left. As we take a look at the batting and pitching leaders, Fred Clark leads the league at 378. Jimmy Fox at 39 home runs, one ahead of Ken Griffey Jr. and two ahead of Jim Thome. He also leads in RBIs at 124. Ty Cobb leads the league in stolen base at 58. OPS, Jimmy Fox up by with a 1.078 OPS. Batter WAR, you got Hugh Duffy and Chuck Klein with 7.4. Mookie Betts at 7. As we look at the pitching, Spencer Strider leads the league in ERA with 1.94 and 21 wins. As a matter of fact, he's 21 and 1 this year. 198 strikeouts for Sandy Koufax, 40 saves for Wade Davis, and Jacob deGrom with a pitching WAR of 6.2. As we take a look at the Connie Mack League Conference, California 17 games up with a 93 and 39 record, and a magic number of 14 games away to qualify for a playoff. Desert City is 76 and 56, 67 and 65 for Rocky Mountain. Oregon and Washington at an even 66 and 66 record. Nebraska 61 and 71. In the Southern Division, 104 wins and 28 losses for Texas. They have won their last 14 games and a magic number of one. Louisiana at 74 and 58. Missouri at 72 and 60. Oklahoma at 67 and 65. They've struggled all year. 66 and 66 for Arkansas. 61 and 71 for Kansas. In the Caribbean division, Venezuela up at 82 and 50, although they've lost their last five games. The Dominican Republic are 81 and 51. They won 8 of 10. They're only a game back. The Cuba Sugar Kings at 76 and 56. Puerto Rico at 73 and 59. The Mexico Aztecs at 54 and 78, and Panama struggling at 49 and 83. The bigger story is the international division, as everybody has a losing record and at least 12 games under 500 or worse. Japan is first at 60 and 72. Canada and Curacao tied at 54 and 78. They're 6 games back. Australia at 45 and 87, 42 and 90 for Europa, and Korea at 41 and 91. In a wild card contest, The Dominican Republic, Desert City, and Cuba tied, and then Louisiana at 74 wins. Puerto Rico one win back of Louisiana, Missouri two. And then after that, you got Oklahoma, Rocky Mountain at five, and then Oregon and Washington at six. So a lot less close of a race for playoff spots and a wild card. Ichiro leading the Connie Mack League at 392. Barry Bonds at 52 home runs, six more than his teammate Mark McGwire. Eddie Matthew leads the league with 131 RBIs, 55 stolen base for Harold Reynolds, an OPS for Barry Bonds of 1.241, which is exceptional. A batted WAR of 11 for Barry Bonds. Uh, Ichiro with a current hitting streak of 23 games, and it's still alive, tied with Will Clark and Chase Utley for the highest this season. An ERA of 2.27 for Harry Bertine, 19 wins for Bert Hooton, which is one more from his teammate Greg Maddux. Pedro Martinez at 213 strikeouts, 40 saves for Rich Gossage, and a pitcher WAR of 6.7 for Pedro Martinez. And this is your up-to-date of the league standings and the statistics at the 132 game mark for the WBA. And we're going to get a chance to take a look and see which games we're going to look at our two games of the week for the Casey Stengel League and the Connie Mack League. Today, in the 132nd game, we have Puerto Rico at Korea, Kansas at Australia, Cuba at Japan, Washington and Nebraska, Mexico at Missouri, Arkansas at Canada, Europa at California, and Steven Strasburg to make his season debut. The game of the week here will be Venezuela versus Dominican Republic. Anibal Sanchez is 14-8 to face off at Johnny Cueto, who's 3-0 in his three starts with a 2.90 ERA. Rounding up the contest in the Connie Mack League, you got Panama versus Oklahoma, Oregon versus Louisiana, Curacao versus Desert City, Rocky Mountain at Texas. The Casey Stengel League will see Ohio at Illinois at Ohio, Kentucky at Indiana, Tennessee at Florida, Mississippi at Tri-Cities or Tri-States, North Carolina at Wisconsin, Alabama at South Carolina, Virginia at New Jersey, Michigan at Minnesota, Rhode Island versus Iowa, Maryland at New York, Pennsylvania at New England. Today's game of the week will be Massachusetts at Georgia, Wilbur Wood at 11-6 versus Kenny Rogers at 9-9. Both teams second in their respective divisions and looking to secure a wild card spot. We do have also a premier matchup here that will not be seen today. It will be Maryland at New York. Gavin Floyd 8-4 versus 18-3 Warren Spahn. So I wish everybody a very good day of baseball. We're looking forward to broadcast our two games of the week, and we'll see you soon. Take care.